And we back.
Yes, sir. Back again. Part two. Thought you knew. We coming through the Furrow Podcast
A
crew.
few technical difficulties, but don't know if you've seen it, but in the booth with Rich Stacks, we are featuring the artist Els High. He has a new project out. It's called The Preface. You can go check that out. And my man, No Love, Fresh Out No Love, he got a project out called Look What You Made Me Do. Both projects streaming on all platforms right now. Y'all go out there and check them out. And now comes time for the part of the show that we all enjoy, the interview part. Um, with us, we have the honor of having the preservation, um, my man's K7 and my man Rob Bread. K7, we go back way, way back to original group name,
The young
the
boy.
Young Boys. It was
No.
my man Chris Williams,
Yeah.
JC Cool. That was his stage name.
Yeah.
Fat shout to my man Chris Williams.
JC
And
Cool.
Rob Red, my brethren, we go back to the Lost Souls days, man.
That's all man.
Down in the basement, knocking out hit after hit. And he was always one of the sharpest pin writers out there throwing them darts.
Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the presentation.
Thank you.
Welcome to the podcast.
Word up.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Massive.
Yes, sir.
coming on the show, fellas.
Man.
You know,
Appreciate it.
having two lyricists on the show.
What was
Wordsmiths.
what was your rap name when you guys were
Well, that was the
I was
fabulous rock
the
box.
fabulous rock box.
He was the beatbox. I was Boy Chill.
Boy, Jim.
Just to let y'all know, you probably don't even know this, man. I stole that name from that rap name from my cousin Corey Atwood. He was the original Boy Chill. Yeah, I did that.
You robbed him of his name.
I robbed him of his name.
Uh,
Yo, he checked me for that though when I went up to Massachusetts
Jacked
on the
him.
summer visit. No, he checked
When
me
he
for
checked
that.
him at the family reunion.
Yeah, always like that
He
name
said,
though.
"Cuz, what up?" He said, "No, don't you cuz, what up, me?" And
Boy-
pushed him in the chest.
Boy, Jim.
Yeah, yep. I was Boy Chill, and then I changed my name to J Bone when I decided to be original. I was J Bone after.
Yeah, man.
okay?
Yeah. Rob, where did you get your, well, naturally, right? But where'd you
Yeah,
get your,
yeah. My aunt gave me that name
your
when I
rap
was.
name? You said
Yeah, it was like a nickname when, before it was a rap name. You know what I mean? So I just kind of
that?
just carried it over to
Yeah.
that
That's
rap shit.
that's dope,
Oh,
bro.
I had,
Yep.
we had different stages and various stage names. One of them, me and K7 worked on it was the K7 Rich Stick project.
yeah.
And in the middle of that project, I changed my name to Rich Stacks. And ever since then, it's been Rich Stacks.
Yeah.
Or it was Apex at one
Apex.
time. Yeah.
Yep.
My name been switched up because,
A few times.
yeah.
I
I had
will say this:
Mm.
when it come to beatboxing, we used to call them the fabulous rock box because when it came to beatboxing, yo, Rich was the dopest.
appreciate you.
The dopest. He used to battle back then. We used to have battles
Yeah.
where don't let us hear that somebody knew how to beatbox or somebody knew how to. We used to battle that, and he always held the title. We used to get attention from people. Remember the barber? I think his name was Marty. It was a dude who used to cut hair.
Yeah.
Him and his homeboy was part of a group called Insane back in the days. They
Yep.
used to go
Wow.
around the area performing and stuff.
Dope.
And they got word of us because that was the beatbox right there. He was the man.
Well,
Period.
that's right.
Period.
Now he's the eat box. He's known
Hey,
fully
man.
as the fat bastard, and his title is King of
King
the
of the Big
Back.
Bats.
So
Oh
he's
snap!
in a whole new group nowadays and all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
went in on him early. Yep.
Yeah.
He's the king of the ball head nations, Mr. Microphone Head.
Huh.
Yeah, man.
But nah, man, dopeness. Bon P got some rap skills too. People underestimate his rap skills.
Hey, I was always like on the A&R tip, with the artist development and like I slash a road manager to keep things together,
Promoter.
running, and
Mm.
hey, what y'all need? Blunts and fire and 40s. I got y'all. Boom, boom. I was him. You know what I mean? I was the glue to keep everything together. My guy 10 and Jitter, they was the finances
Yep.
overseeing, a lot of the financial stuff and equipment and everything and help hold it down in that way. But I was really the man that helped, navigate all that stuff, being overseeing, making sure guys got down to the studio, aka Pooba's crib in the basement.
Yeah.
Yep.
for sure, for sure. So I
Mm-hmm.
and like Rich did, I dibbled and dabbled in a little bit of raps here and there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We got a hot 8 bars for y'all. You know, used to. Yeah.
Well,
What were some of the MCs that influenced you guys early on in life?
Well, for me, I would most definitely have to say um, Rakim,
Mm-hmm.
KRS-One,
mhm.
um, go a little deeper, Lakim Shabazz, Big Daddy Kane, King Son, but I mean all the pioneers, but most definitely Rakim, Kane, Chris, all the main ones, you know.
Okay.
But always been a hip hop fan, a hip hop lover, even as a kid. Probably the first mainstream hip hop favorite was probably Rapper's Delight, even though that wasn't the first hip hop
Hop
song.
song,
The first
exactly.
hip hop song was actually a song called King Tim the Third
Mm-hmm.
by a group called the Fatback.
Mhm.
Tighten up on your back, sure.
Stroke.
That Fatback band. So,
Yeah.
I've been a fan and lover of hip hop, since way back. So,
Oh yeah.
but you want to go Sugar Hill, you want to go, Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel, Furious Five, Funky Four plus
One.
one, Treacherous Three, all that. Even Ice T to a
Yeah.
certain,
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
back then, So I mean,
Yeah.
those would
Cats
probably be
forget.
mine, you know.
Oh yeah.
Rob, what about you? Who would you say was like you influenced you early
Pretty
on in
much
life?
everybody he said.
It's
Uh, but like first thing I heard was, I mean, not first thing I heard, but first thing that really got me interested was LL Cool J.
mm-hmm.
I'm bad. When I heard that,
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
we don't even got to talk about
yeah,
Man.
that was a game changer
man.
for me because up to then it was like I was listening to like Bon Jovi and shit that was on MTV.
Well, I was too.
I
You know
was
what I
too.
mean? Like because we came up in that time where music was good
Good
music. You
music.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
And
Squire.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like we came up in the '80s rock hair band era too, and a lot. I went to Catholic school, so I was privy to be open to some of that music at the time. I was like, man, I ain't, but it grew on me. So Bon Jovi,
Poison.
Def Leppard,
Yeah, all
Yeah.
that
Oh,
stuff.
Def
Def
Leppard.
Leppard
Yeah.
wasn't coming up to listening to
And
that.
it's like when
Did
you
he
heard
stop
like
us?
no rapper could rap quite like him.
yeah, yeah,
I was sitting there. I was like 7 years old, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is different.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, so that's when I started gravitating more towards hip hop.
Uh huh.
And then I started getting into Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, G Rap,
Hmm.
Run DMC, Beastie Boys. That I mean that list is crazy. Mo D.
Yeah.
Uh, there's just so many cats that was doing it back then. Everybody. I was
Mhm.
just I got deep into it
Yeah, man.
at a young age. So
And then also for myself, as I got older and I learned that hip hop was more than just what we was listening to, rap music. I also learned that, uh, Jamaican dancehall reggae, that hip hop has roots in the Jamaican dancehall community.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people don't know that, like a lot of the early MCs from the Fat Boys all the way down the line were Jamaican, were Haitian. Cool DJ Red Alert is Barbadian, Trinidadian. You understand what
mm,
I'm saying? But once again, because black is universal, you understand what I'm saying? More is just it's worldwide. A lot of us didn't know that, and we sit up now, hating on this person and that person or whatever, but not even knowing that a lot of these cats was yachty, man. So, Jamaican dance hall music definitely had an influence on me coming up because if you listen to a lot of even old reggae as even now, what they doing is rapping with cats
Yeah.
like Daddy Freddie, Papa San,
Hmm.
Shabba Ranks, all these cats is doing in reality is rapping. They representing where they come from, just like cats from the West Coast represent where they
They
come
come from.
from. We represent where we come from, but you have to
Hmm.
understand the dialect. Once again, black is universal.
Right.
Patois and all that. So, but it's still a form of hip hop. So I tell people
Yeah.
that too. Like, get up on that.
And both of you guys have been um around some industry guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Major industry guys. If you guys care to expound on that, you know what I'm saying? Robert, you wanna,
oh yeah, man.
throw a couple names out there who you've been around and, had the privy of, what groups and labels you
Sure, sure. Shoot. Well, back in like 2000, 2001, I used to go to New York quite a bit,
right.
just to explore. I go up there by myself just to walk the streets and take the train to all the boroughs and stuff. So I meet just random people, uh, uh, on my way to Brooklyn or on Manhattan. So sometimes I'll just go hang out at MTV Studios and shit like that.
Word.
So I just go out. And one time I met Carson Daly, the dude from The Voice.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, what else? And then the one time I had met 112, the group 112,
Word.
and they was with Bad Boy.
Right.
And they had got me in touch with A&R from Bad Boy.
Word.
Yep. And so I used to go to Bad Boy when I was, well, I don't know what I was, 20 years old or something like that. And it was crazy because they had the security was crazy.
Mm.
It was locked down. As soon as you walk in the lobby, so I was sitting there telling like, yo, man, they told me to get in touch with y'all. They told me to be here. And so they were like getting on the phone, making calls. So they had me waiting in the lobby, like, standing around for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And they're like, yeah, you can go up. So I'm up in like bad boy offices, like,
Word.
chilling, right? So
Uh-huh.
it was wild, man. So it was a crazy experience. They were giving me beats at one point. I was
Mhm.
taking them back here. I was recording them here, taking them back to New York, and it was wild. I mean, and it got to the point where it was just like, well, they dug what I was doing, but they said I was too complex, I was too wordy, da 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 da. But they were like, we dig you, we want you to like, they were trying to give me an internship with the company.
That bad boy.
At
Yeah,
Bad
bad
Got
boy.
him.
Boy. And then
Word up.
and they were like, yo, you got to be here every day. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be here every day. So at one point, I was actually considering getting a job at Frito Lay and working in the Bronx just so,
Man.
just so I could get like an internship at Bad Boy. But in hindsight, I'm glad that it didn't work
Look
out.
at God. Look at God.
You know, look at God. That's when my boy Paul Curry, rest in peace. He said when I look at that situation, he was like, that was God telling you that wasn't the right move.
Wow.
So
Said God said, don't take
he
that.
said
Don't take
don't he said don't go that route. So, but no, other than that, man, I had the pleasure of meeting Tupac at a young age.
Wow.
I was 12 years old. He was staying at my hotel down in Atlanta. So there was like a big convention.
Mm-hmm.
Naughty by Nature was there. Um, Rakim, yeah,
one
Airbnb
of
and
the dopest.
Rakim, Kid and Play, um, House of Pain,
Oh,
Easy E. So I had the pleasure of meeting quite a few people at a young age. So
Yeah.
that made me wanna to pursue this rap shit.
that's what's up,
For
bruh.
Yeah.
sure, man.
And
Um,
K7, I know you recorded with is it Crumb Snatcher?
Well, no, I didn't record with him per se. Shout out Crumb Snatcher.
the,
When I lived in Massachusetts, when I was going to high school up there, uh, we had this little crew called Absolute Legit, where it was me, my cousin Jason Beauregard, and Demetrius Gibbs, who is Crumb Snatcher as we know it.
Uh-huh.
mhm,
He used to go to Fitchburg High School, where I went to high school in Massachusetts at the time. And we became, good friends, even to the point where we were in this clique together. And believe it or
Mhm.
not, he wasn't the MC, I was. Him and my cousin, they was in a little dance collective called Rhythm and Swing. Because every MC back then, all the way
Had to
down to
have dancers.
Kane, had dancers back then.
Yeah.
Were doing the running man and doing all
Yep.
these moves
Yep.
and doing all this crazy stuff. And they used to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we did this show at this little teenage little club one night. And then from there, that's kind of like how everything just started changing. I met up with another good friend of mine named Billy Parks, who's also from here. We call him BB, peace to the God. And my friend Erasmo Lozada, peace. We all got together and formed the collective. And through all that, we had the pleasure of meeting a lot of people and being around a lot of people, especially like DJs. I had the pleasure of meeting DJ Premier
Uh-huh.
in New York City in
Yeah,
Harlem at
Shop
this spot
Premier.
called Harlem Music Hut, which is no longer there now. But at that time, Harlem Music Hut was like a pinnacle of uptown Harlem community when it came to music. Everybody was there. I had the pleasure of meeting Premier, and check this, had a chance to talk with people. And it's funny because the owner of the shop knew me very well.
Uh-huh.
I came in, it was like him and Premier standing there. He's like, yo, I don't even need to tell you who this is. And Premier's like, yo, dog. What's up, dog? Yo, I'm starting this label, dog. I'm looking for MC. That's just how he talked to me,
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
this.
That is some
Raspy
voice
What
too.
voice.
up,
Yep.
dog? Yo, I'm
Yep.
looking for MCs, man. I got this record label. So I told him, I said, word? He said, wait right there. I literally ran from like 125th Street to the park and the subway platform, which was probably like 3 blocks down,
Mhm.
grabbed my CD of stuff that I did at Mind Rocket with Josh and even some stuff with you
Oh
on
yeah.
Hey,
that.
shout out to our brother Josh and Mind Rocky.
Back
Love you,
to
bro.
the
Yes, sir.
spot, and he was gone. Oh,
Uh,
I had the pleasure of running into Grand Pooh Bar once again uptown,
Wow.
96 in West End,
My
over by the
God.
West Side Highway. I had a pleasure of meeting him, talking with him. Mac has DJs. I met DJ K Slay, rest in
rest
peace
in
to
peace.
him. I met him. I met Cool DJ Red Alert. Like I've met a lot of people in the industry. I even had a chance to even ask people. Hey man, whatever. What it take? What's it take? And all they say is, man, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing, dog.
Yep.
Keep
Yep.
doing what you're doing. Somebody's gonna catch on. Somebody's gonna listen. All it takes is the right ear to catch it. That's what
Yeah.
Crumb used to say.
Yeah.
I had a chance to chill with him a few times after he made it.
Yeah. That hip hop
Platinum,
portable in the
platinum,
source.
platinum, platinum. Well, because gold plaque, shall I say? Because what was it? The album there with Gang started. The first one that he was on, that album went gold. It was one of the first albums for them that actually went gold.
Yeah.
And his verse on "Make Them Pay"
With
made
hip
the
hop
hip hop
quotable.
quotable
Yep.
in the source. But my man Crumb back then, he was kind of still in the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had a deal with Interscope Records. That was back when all these labels had Interscope as their parent company,
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
and he violated his probation. And he went to jail, and that's a
Upstate.
contract.
Oh my
But
God.
he was getting ready to really blow up on Universal, but he got locked up.
Dang.
But he found himself once again. Shout out to Crumb. He found himself. He's a doctor now. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So it's like a lot of cats. Everybody didn't get that royalty money and didn't get that money from them record sales and go out and buy that whip.
But yeah.
Some of them went out and put it on a college.
Yeah. Got education. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He
Mhm.
found himself spiritually and he's comfortable. That's like Sadat X. Did you know he's a
Yeah.
teacher? He's a teacher.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? In the Bronx. Like he was a teacher. He live in North Carolina now, but not everybody spends that hip hop money on whips
Yeah.
Dang.
and
Yeah.
and
Jewel.
finger juice and all of
Yeah.
that.
Dang. Punks jump up to get
Beat
beat
down.
down.
You know?
Yeah.
Like a surgical technician right now.
Yep.
In
Yep.
North Carolina, I believe.
Word.
And I was, yeah, I follow. I know you follow Sadat X too.
Heavy,
I said, yeah,
heavy,
yeah, man.
heavy.
Yeah.
The God.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
peace. Yeah, man.
Been around a lot of people, peace to A Juice up in Massachusetts, DJ A Juice, DJ Chubby Chub. I've been around a lot of people, so
Yeah, man.
I've learned a lot, but I'm glad to be where I am. I ain't where I should be, but I'm glad I'm here and I'm glad to
And that's what I'm
I
saying,
am.
bro. Like,
You know,
as long as you get pleasure out of doing your passion, bro. Like, I don't with all this industry shit. I don't want to be famous. You know what I'm saying? I just want to
I want
make a little monetary funds off for what I love doing. Now, both of y'all are wordsmiths. Punchlines be impeccable, bro. Like wordplay is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
My question I'm gonna ask both of y'all. I'll start with you first, Ryan. Is your favorite part writing the rhymes down, going in the studio recording them, or performing like the actual songs,
Good question. I like the live performance
live performances?
for sure, and and it doesn't, it's not as often as it should be. It's
Uh huh.
shit. The last time I performed was the last time I saw BK. That's what's crazy. It's crazy.
Mm.
Um, but it's a different the presentation of it and just trying to remember the lyrics and everything. It's
Yeah.
it's an experience, and it's just every time that me and him rocked, it's like it's in my head, like it's a great memory. And so it's like I love the live performance
Oh
aspect,
yeah.
probably the best. Um, and I'm just now, I took a nice little break, so I'm just now starting to get back into it and start the writing process again. So I'm trying to get that love back
I got you, man.
for sure.
well,
Yeah.
for me, I don't know that question. That's a good question. It's kind of complicated because every level of making a song, writing rhymes and everything, it's to me, I like to get into the song, the beat, whatever vibe that I get off of it. That's what I try to write about.
Uh
Mhm.
huh.
I try to get on a cadence, a certain type of a rhythm, like cats.
Yeah.
Om. I try to kind of find my own my own framework, my own rhythm within a song.
Oh yeah.
And then taking it to the studio, being an artist, you do have that creative ability to take it from on paper or in your head, however you formulate your rhymes, to to turn it into a vessel, something that was just a brainchild or a thought is now a monument to something. But I will say it would probably be performing, because with performing you can be a little more open. You can
Uh,
improvise in ways that you can't do when you go into a studio. If you hear a lot of people's songs, it's a network, it's a framework. It's everything goes a certain way.
Mhm.
Intro, first verse, chorus,
Right.
second verse, chorus, throw in a breakdown like they used to do in the old days. All it's all in chapters and
yeah.
stages. But when you're live and you're recording, you can do so much more. You can get the crowd in it,
Mhm.
whereas you couldn't do that. You can't do that from a record. I mean, you can do that from a record. Everybody say, "Oh, buddy," but
No.
It
when
puts you
you're
in.
live, you can do a lot more live and improvise. And so I would say probably the performing,
Performance.
because you can do routines and things to get the crowd in it.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's funny that you said that about how the music is, how you stage the music, and like how you format it with the breakdown and all that stuff. A lot of song or music nowadays that comes out, it's the whole song is like 3 minutes, 2 minutes. We had the pleasure of coming up in a time to where we had a whole like 5 minute songs
Yeah.
that had a breakdown, a high point,
Like
a
that too.
chorus, a hook, all that. You know what I mean? Might even had a little skit in between on the
Yeah.
song. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
an intro skit before the song started. So the state of music and how that's changed is funny and weird to me all at the same time. But I accept it. Because I just love music overall. But I always tell my son, like, man, we was able to get whole songs. These artists are able to get away with doing skit length songs nowadays.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Albums.
I feel cheated sometimes. I'll be like, dang, that was a dope song, good lyrics, beat, well put together. I just needed more. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
feel like that a lot of days were some of our best, greatest, timeless music. If you look at it, any like, good person that loves music and look at the length of it, like, dang, it's a whole 5 minute song. It didn't seem like that back day. It seemed like, dang, play that song back day. And you look at it like, dang, like one of my favorite songs I listen to quite a bit. Zoom by the Commodores. That's a
Yeah.
5 minute song.
Yeah, man.
Oh, come on.
I'm in the shower that you know what I mean? I love that Zoom.
Orange, I call your name
I
is
love
like 7 minutes.
Zoom is my
DJ shit
Yeah.
stuff right there. What about Not Just Knee Deep by Funkadelic?
Oh yeah.
man. Yeah. Yeah. What about the music?
Change the oil in your car. You
Uh,
understand what I'm saying? Put the song on, go change the oil in your car. And come back and he said, I got ants in my pants and I need to
shit,
dance.
funk. Let's get small.
Yeah.
Bruh, you man,
True.
like, yeah.
Just long Coltrane songs this long, but I love that.
Like
You know what I'm saying?
seven.
Yeah.
Huh?
I love
Oh
music like that.
man.
Like
That's just brew. Miles Davis, one song was like about 15, 16 minutes.
Yeah.
Man.
Mm.
Out of these new artists, um, this is y'all opinion. Okay, so if I start with you, then right. What sounds like hip hop, our hip hop to you in a new artist, or well, is it any?
I must say, a lot of the new hip hop. See, nowadays, in my opinion, I'm just saying in my opinion, this is just how far hip hop has gone, or in some cases, how far hip hop is going backwards. We have different type of genre that we didn't have,
genres, in
genres that we didn't
yeah,
have before,
subgenres.
like drill
Yeah, yeah, man.
music and certain things, which is a lot of what I hear nowadays. I'm not into because
It's done.
we follow rules, and one thing you had to do was rhyme on beat.
Mm-hmm.
One thing you did not do was sound like anybody else. That was one
Mm-hmm.
thing that was so dope about hip hop when we came up,
Originality.
because
Originality was a must.
everybody had their own style, which made them who they were. Even Onyx, everybody right here can tell you what it was about Onyx that made them dope.
Yeah.
When everybody else was just, these guys were like, "What are your children?"
Yeah,
But what if this works? You have to be ready to fight you or kill you over
yeah,
biting their style back then. That was disrespectful.
Nobody.
yes.
You know, rhyme on beat, have substance. First of all, rhyming about something. Back in our days, hip hop was used to educate. You understand what I'm saying? Hip hop was used to educate. You must learn.
Learn.
Hip hop was used to educate somewhere, and it was always party music. It was always meant to make you dance and make you feel good. But somewhere along the line, something changed.
Mm,
The whole framework changed.
You don't have not one of these new artists out today that reminds you of hip hop.
Me? I
That's
would
what I'm
say
saying. Yeah,
me.
yeah.
No, I'm not going to say that. I
That's what
will
I asked
say,
you. I said,
I
do
will
you
say
have
that
any new
Kendrick,
artists?
Kendrick
Any new new
Lamar,
artists remind you of hip hop? That's what I was
Kendrick
asking.
Lamar, like to me, in a sense, he's kind of carrying on, trying to carry, especially for the West Coast too. I must say, but I would say Kendrick Lamar, and I like Kendrick Lamar because he's not afraid to go against the establishment, to go against the powers that be, the ones that are out here putting out that
mm,
garbage.
So to be,
There's hip hop and then there's hip hop.
it's Kendrick for you.
Well, one of them, Kendrick, and then I would probably say I like Joey Badass.
All
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Cats like that. Hell,
Uh-huh.
Rusty Jukes, even though he's probably a little older than some of these cats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In regards to some of the younger dudes under a certain age limit doing their thing, no, because in my opinion, they're on something entirely different than what I can identify with. Now, granted, I'm not a young buck anymore.
Hmm.
Hip hop has changed along the way, but the elements of what made this what it is are not supposed to.
But what
And
about
somewhere
you,
along the
Keith?
line,
Rod?
something changed.
You
I
ain't
say I agree with him. I
Hmm.
say Kendrick.
Kendrick. Both
Kendrick.
of y'all say Kendrick. That's
Kendrick
y'all
for
one who
sure.
y'all
I mean J
look at and
Cole.
be like,
J Cole's
that's old
nice.
school hip hop.
I like J Cole. J
I
Cole's
like.
nice.
See, me too.
Yeah.
Um.
I would say Kendrick and J. Cole. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I was
yeah.
about to say
That's hip hop
Griselda.
to you.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
And what they're doing, I'm glad you brought them up, Griselda and all them. What they're doing is, in a sense, they're bringing New York hip hop
Back.
back.
That boom
Yeah.
bap.
They're bringing hip hop back because right now, if you go to New York City, we was always taught that New York City has always been that mecca
Mecca hip hop.
of hip hop. But
Yeah.
they from Buffalo,
Right.
but they still keeping that hip hop that we know, that boom bap alive because
Yeah.
it's not
You right, son.
very much in New York like it used to be anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of cats in New York, like Bumpy Knuckles used to say, you know, they rhyming like they from the South,
South.
but they've been in New York all their life.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Actually, you know
JB's.
what? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't say. Yep. That's another
JB's.
good one.
Like I just
JB's
mentioned,
Southern
Els
hip
High.
hop.
He's from Detroit, but Els High, like he got bars,
No,
bro.
most
Like,
definitely. You know, so there are plenty of people that
Yeah.
still, but the sad thing is, outside of the underground and the hip hop community, like we know it, a lot of these younger folks
don't know about
literally
it.
don't
Yeah.
even know who some of the pioneers are. And to me, just like politics and anything else, you got to know how you started to know where you are, to know where you're gonna
Going.
go if
Yeah.
you don't change certain things along the way.
Oh, I know
True.
one. Post Contra.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yo, yeah.
Lost Causes twins with their homeboys, you know, Coast Contra. That's hip hop. I love their sound. I love how the beat selection that they use. Them young boys, you know what I'm saying?
And
So
they can
it's out
freestyle
there.
like a mug
It's
too.
out
Yeah.
there.
There's some
It's
beats
out
on
there.
freestyle.
Absolutely.
For
And
sure.
well, before we get to going, I got some gifts for you guys, as always, guys that come on or anyone that comes on to the show. You know, we always love to give you guys your flowers and gifts and everything.
Size
So
10 and a half shoe.
oh my
Adidas, right?
gosh. Oh my
Adidas, right?
Lord have mercy.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll go. Which one is which, Mark?
This one go to K7.
The light
Go
bulb?
ahead.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh man.
Bust it on open. Let the people see. You know, we got, you know, we love to
It's
stuff for our people to
mm,
come on.
Look at this.
finally got the
Oh,
pro. You got the retro.
I know.
dig it.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Got them other ones
That's
coming
why
for y'all too.
I want mine.
Got to get my supplies up.
We
Oh yeah.
Brother,
appreciate it.
I have the season 2 joints ready for y'all.
Yeah.
I will hit y'all up and let y'all know when I drop them off. We pick them up, or whatever. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. I was just asking for one.
Yep.
Yes, I had you. I had you.
I appreciate y'all.
We appreciate y'all,
No,
fam.
we
Like
appreciate y'all for coming on for sure, bro.
Thank you.
definitely
thanks
too.
for having us, man. No doubt.
More local anchors in the hip hop world. You know what I'm saying?
stories.
Yeah.
I usually ask a question to our guests. If you had a time machine and you can go back to your 16-year-old self, what is something you would tell yourself that you know now that you didn't know back then?
Save as much money as possible and invest in the information superhighway,
Yeah.
which is the internet as we know it. So I would probably say when I was like 16, they was talking about the information superhighway and this great whole computer thing they was getting ready to do where computers was pretty much going to determine, daily life and all that. And they was trying to get people to put monies down. All the working I did and all the stuff I did out in the streets, you know what I mean? Like I should have donated some thousands towards the information superhighway and maybe I'll be sitting up in here like Bill Gates right now, or something with he got Microsoft. I would have had Micro Hard. You know what I'm saying? My own video game system,
Figure.
all that. Instead of Apple, I would have been Plum.
Well,
Figure.
You know what I mean? There it is. Probably save my money, probably save my money, probably be the most,
for
you
sure.
know.
That's it. That was gonna be what I was gonna
Same thing, right?
say. Save money.
Yeah,
Save
man.
money, and I probably would have been out like in LA or something because I've never been out to Cali. So I probably would have said, go to California.
Go to the West Coast.
Yeah, go visit Cali
Yeah, man.
because here I am and I still haven't done it.
Invest in
Well, it
something.
ain't never too late.
Oh, I'm gonna
Never
go.
too
I'm
late.
gonna go.
Bro, that's on my bucket list of trips as well, you know what I mean? So maybe we can link up and hit the West Coast together one
Let's
day
do it.
soon, you know what I mean, in the near future. For
Let's do
sure,
it.
bro. For sure.
Hell yeah.
For sure. Well,
Yep.
thank you guys once again for coming on and sharing such rich hip hop history, you guys' story and journey, and letting some of the young people always know, as we always let the young people know, anybody we come on here, it's always greatness and great people in Furrow. Tap into your rich history, you know what I'm saying,
For
young
sure.
people, and know that power to the people. When you see me, you
You
see
see
you.
you.
That's what it is here in Furrow. We home of the greats. And I just want to thank you guys once again for taking the time out to come in here this Saturday morning and be a part of the show. I thank you so much.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks for having us, my man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for
It
having us.
definitely was a dope show, man.
No doubt, man. Salute.
Yes, sir. Well, that will conclude episode 17 of season 2 of the Furrow Podcast. Oh, my man K7 got the good literature.
Some
Hey,
books you can check out.
I just want to let y'all know because we coming up on an election, right?
Yep,
And
yep.
I know that the parties right now are divided. We're in a very divisive time right now. And one thing I would tell a lot of especially our new Democrats, our young Democrats, especially like our 18-year-olds that are graduating from high school and really don't know, you know, learn about your party. If you want to be a Democrat, learn about your party. If you want to be a Republican, learn about your party. If you don't want to be either, good for you. You understand what I'm saying? But know what's going on. Once again, you got to know your past. You got to know what happened before you were born. You got to know what's going on now in order for you to make the right decisions that affect the
Future.
future.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Indeed.
Understand your party. We have a lot of people sitting around here right now. We've had to watch the Trumpers. You understand what I'm saying? The little people who don't agree with them. Let's I would say to the Democrats, because I see it a lot, especially on Facebook. I see a lot of our people belittling each other because not everybody sold on this candidate and not everybody sold on that
That
candidate.
candidate.
One thing you do have to understand is there are more than Democrats and Republicans running. I would tell you to look and see who's running on what's called the third party ticket, the green party ticket. Most of us know about Kamala, but don't know about Cornell. We were talking about this a little while ago.
Yeah.
Most of us know about Kamala, but they don't know about Cornell West, the West Abdullah ticket. Okay, y'all sitting there arguing about whether or not Kamala's black, not y'all, not us. But I'm just saying, people are arguing about her blackness and whether or not she's all the way black. Well, if you want to roll like that, well, then guess what? Cornell West is a black man. Okay? She's a black woman. That's another thing I would tell you guys. She's a black woman. Y'all arguing them over 15% of this, 25% of that. Guess what? One drop of black blood makes you black. If her mother was black, she's black.
Right.
If her father was white, so what? She's white too. If anything, she's mixed. But guess what? The black gene dominates, and that's not racism. That's the truth. The black, he's black regardless. Ain't Tiger Woods black? Even though he called himself Cab Nation, when he was put in handcuffs and they showed that mug shot, it said black.
Yeah, but also too, like I was saying on a couple shows, I really don't even put too much into it because it's entertainment. Trump had a whole show as part of entertainment. So when he spit that out there, I missed that. And I don't want us to be putting too much on that black stuff. Is she black or not?
Right.
'Cause
You want to go, that's all black. Why are you worried about it?
you feel me?
She's black. You can't dispute the fact that she's
Yeah.
black, but why are we
You know what
even
I'm saying?
arguing
Yeah.
that? How black
Yeah.
somebody is?
You and I know.
You can't do that with Kamala and not
Right.
do it with Barack Obama. Hey, wasn't his father Nigerian and his mother white?
Mm-hmm.
So
Black.
he was black too,
Yeah.
just as black as Tiger, just as black as Kamala. So what are you talking about? And then, oh, she's Indian. Oh, so Indians don't have African in their blood? Africans, they don't have pictures of Africans in India. They don't have pictures of some of the earliest Chinese. What dark skin look like you?
Diaspora spreads across the earth, right?
How are we even arguing that point? But see, this is why they have us arguing back and forth. We are sitting there with parties that were never ours to begin with. We talked about hand-me-down clothing. We talked about hand-me-down clothing. If you were a boy growing up in a house full of boys, 9 times out of 10, you got clothes that was handed down to you. This is what you have. This is what you over here fighting over. A party that was handed down to you, and the people who originally owned it used to own you. There's some stuff in this book. I would say get the Lincoln Douglas debate. You want to find out about parties. So what? This happened such and such time ago. This is the framework for what we have now. And then this is Behold the Pale Horse. So we're gonna bring it to the future now a little bit. This is Behold the Pale Horse. The author of this book, named William Cooper, he was killed for putting out this book. He was killed for putting out this book. There was numerous attacks on his life, and he was white. Okay, there was numerous attacks on his life putting out on this book because in this book it tells you a lot about how things going on right under our nose that we don't even know about. Hell, why we were down at the bottom of the hill back in the days. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of up here. And that was the framework of every city and town. Who did that? Democrats and Republicans. You understand what I'm
It's
saying?
called redlining.
We ain't even gonna talk about Cleveland. Y'all want to be Democrats and Republicans. You got to understand your party. You got to understand its origins. Who were some of the earliest Democrats? Who were some of the earliest Republicans? The point of the matter is, we should have our own. Like Malcolm X said, we're suffering right now, mind you, because we don't have our own. You voting for the lesser of two evils because you don't have your own. You're willing to accept something that's ripped up and tattered and patched up and given to you, still don't realize that you ain't never gonna get nowhere unless you got your own. There's safety in numbers. There's safety in numbers. All you got to do is watch your average nature show. We got about 400 wildebeest and 3 lions. Somebody getting kicked in the face.
Yeah.
Somebody getting gored by some horns. The best thing that that lion can do is find a baby calf and chase it away from the herd.
Vulnerable.
And that's what's happening to each and every one of us. We need to understand that. And I'm going to leave it alone after that. Make sure you vote with integrity.
Yes.
Very impactful message.
West Abdullah 2024.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all like, subscribe, replay, watch, always engage with the Farrell Podcast. Power to the people. When you see
See
me,
me.
you see
See
you.
you.
True indeed.
It's
Yes,
up.
sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for tuning in to episode 17 with my brother K7.
And my brother
Sir.
Rob Bread.
Preservation.
Side.
JB
Yes,
Swift. Shout
sir.
out to JB
Let's
Swift.
shout JB
Yes,
Swift. Yes,
sir.
sir.
Fat shout out to DJ KB,
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Encyclopedia E, Eric
Uh-huh.
Bell.
Yes,
Yes.
Thank you and love
And
you.
always, one love, BK.
One love.
BK,
Rest in
sir.
peace,
Sir.
my
Yup.
brother from another. You know, it was once again, it was a beautiful tribute and celebration of life for BK. It was a great turnout. A lot of people showed up, and we had a good time considering the circumstances. You know,
If I ain't have to work, yo, I'd have been there.
you see
That's
the
my
W
whole
in the
hood, too.
sky right there, so everything was
Man,
cooking.
that
Yeah,
W was crazy in the sky. Man, that was,
bees out all day.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
Not
and
one person got stunned.
there was a lot of Bo Jacksons out there for
Oh,
the
yeah.
love of BK. You know,
Naturally, the
much. This
fatigues.
is represented well.
Yes.
Bo Jackson's and fatigues and the W and everything was so lovely that day. And we'd like to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all our sponsors.
Yeah.
La Palma Restaurant, my man Talbot's,
Shout out to Cal.
NAACP. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for all our sponsors. And if you're interested in sponsorship, once again, reach out to us here on the show, inbox, reach out to any one of us personally. Yeah, tap in. Thank you to all the people that tune in every week. Sounding out from the Furrow Podcast, episode 17, season 2. Much love, one love. The mayor, the leader of the Ballhead Nation, the landlord, Mark P, signing off. Any last words, K7?
Love, so many things I wanna tell you,
Started.
but I'm
Before we started.
afraid I don't know how. 'Cause it's a possibility you look at me differently, love. Ever since the first moment
It's your
I
man,
saw
Future Rich Stacks. Oh, this was a dope show, fellas. Hey, I didn't make the music concert, but y'all made the music concert.
Rob Bray, you got anything before we get up out of here, my
Nah,
brother?
man, peace and love, man. One love to BK. Rest in peace, brother.
Yes, sir.
Man, thank you guys. I appreciate the shirt.
Yes,
My man K7, JB Swift, Preservation, new music coming soon, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Class of 94, get ready. I'm about to end this. Go get my nap in. Mark P is out in these streets representing for the 9-3-9-3. See y'all. Peace and love. Yo, we out.
Peace.
One.
peace.